Okay, so let's talk about some double breaking news here. First off, there's Emile Bove, who, out of all of the seats, the spots that they were trying to fill within the Trump regime, um, he was the one. I know I recently had done a post where I had talked about 150. There was 150 different decisions that they were trying. Well, people the positions that they were trying to fill, and Trump was trying to make Congress stay in and get this done before they went on break. Not about releasing the files. Not about trying to deal with Ghislaine. No. Let's push these people through. Now, there were 6 judgeships that were supposed to be in play. Well, now there's 5. Because Emile Bove has been appointed. That just happened today. Actually, well, I guess it was yesterday, and it was announced today. I had made the response about, I had made the post about it yesterday, early in the day, and I guess they went through it overnight. It's funny how they do that shit overnight, so that there's no way that you can actually see what's going on during the daytime when most people are awake. Now, that's one thing. But here's something I find really interesting. So, you have Defense Secretary Pete Kegsbeth, who is now saying that he wants to put in his bid for governor of Tennessee. So, before he can make any statement about this, I want to jump out there and say that I'm pretty sure he's going to be like, I can best serve my people, as the governor of Tennessee, the beautiful state of Tennessee. I love Tennessee, all this and all that. Which, here's the caveat: he's only been there for 3 years, and Tennessee says that you have to be a resident for 7 years to run for governor. One moment. So, with that being said, let's really focus on why would you want to run for governor of Tennessee when you are Secretary of Defense. I did say Secretary of State, and I'm sorry. Secretary of Defense. So, and I'm pretty sure the concept should be this. You were saying that you think that you can best represent, the people as governor, but you're representing the nation. And you were doing all of these dumbass moves. You were fucking up everything, leaking this and leaking that, and you really think people want you to be governor? But I feel as though this is somewhat of a ploy, somewhat of a red herring. Pay attention to this, but not this. And the red herring about this is that more than likely he is coming under so much fire from what he has done and what he is doing, that he is being pushed out. So instead of having to take the national L, he's trying to jump out in front of it and say, well, I'm going to run for governor, which means that he would have to resign from his office in order to be able to do that, which would kind of stave off the idea of him being fired, implicated, indicted, all these kinds of things, impeached from his office, all these kinds of things. So I think it's really interesting. And now remember, all of these are coming up within, I think, next year or so. So he's got a little bit of time between now and then to fuck up bad. So I really do think that this isn't him trying to do something to actually embetter people, because you're going from protecting the nation to only looking after a state. Because you have no power outside of that state. You only have just that state. So you see, and now like I said, I just find it really interesting that in the midst of everything that's happened, more leaked information coming out from his side, and more people doing this, that, and the other. It's like they're shuffling around a chessboard, and as they say, Trump's playing 5D chess. Yeah, okay, whatever. No, these are people trying to avoid retribution, or trying to avoid any kind of public scrutiny, and saying that, well, I can't fuck up that bad if I'm a Tennessee mayor or governor. So I don't know. We'll see how this plays out, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some statement from him saying that I feel I can do best as the governor of Tennessee, the great state that I love, and all this, that, and the other. And you're not even from there. You just moved there 3 years ago. So, and then for him to even say that, and knowing that if you're going to run for governor, knowing that people are going to look into this and give you the information and let you know that, yeah, you need to have been there for 7 years, but for him to still say it is very, it's very pointed and very enlightening, because it's like, you can't do that. So why would you even say it? So now are you trying to say that you're running for governor when your 7 years is hit? Or are you trying to say that you're going to run for governor now? Knowing you can't do it. And now if for some odd reason he does so happen to get it, oh, that breeze is nice. Then we need to look at Tennessee, and we need to look at who is he talking to, what deals did he make in order to be able to break Tennessee tradition and law so that he could become governor in under 3 years of residency. I don't know. There's just some things that I'm thinking about. And I just wanted to quote something. My mother, she had called me earlier, and we were talking, and I was just like, this is pretty funny. And she was like, well, have you seen what's happened with the tsunamis in Japan and Russia? And I was like, yeah, I understand everything happened. I haven't really seen or heard too much about Russia, but I was actually watching a video, watching the waves come in over Japan. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but it was there. And my mom made the mention, like, how come it never hits that guy? How come nothing ever happens to the people that need the most destruction in their lives to happen to? And I just kind of looked at her and said, Mom, I don't know. Ask your God. I'm so sorry. And the reason why I bring that up is because, as I stated yesterday, they have now put in the executive order that you can basically you have the right to be able to convert your fellow coworkers. But if they say no, say no. But there was special preference, and in the way that they were marking it was anybody that wore a cross, you had more preferential treatment towards doing that, converting your fellow coworkers. But now if they ask you, you're supposed to, if they tell you, hey, no, back off, you're supposed to stop and cease and desist. I know, I'm probably fucking it up. Anyways, sometimes I get too excited with things, and I might, it's too much going on up here, and so by the time it gets here, it's like a little highway, and so I gotta take these little off ramps to get my words out, and those off ramps could be congested, so sometimes it's like, it's whatever. Cease and desist. That's it. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I just thought I would bring that out to you. Oh, and by the way, the welfare queens, the Trap White House, Real Americans, which is with a Native American person or an indigenous person, as they should rightfully be called. Those shirts are now out. There should be a link in my bio to my Teespring account, so if you're asking, if you're looking. Oh yeah, and there's also the GOP, which I was gifted by someone else, which is Guardians of Pedos. And then I also have Guns Over People, which is another form of GOP. Anyways, yeah. The Cops on Payroll is also there too, which would be COP. So, I don't know. Just wanted to put that out there just so you know. And I'm going to be making some of those shirts hopefully today. I don't know. And I'll let you see what they look like. So, anyways, until then, adieu.